about us are the palaces of the permanent party in Washington. These are whited sepulchres of waste. They have destroyed the dollar. They have lied to you about caring for the retirement money that you have sent their way over a lifetime. It's squandered. It's gone. Toast. Vapor. Dust. At last count, the Pentagon had over 700 bases in 130 countries around the world. 1.4 million men and women active duty in uniform, 1.4 million in reserve capacities. Military spending, much of it hidden military spending in this country of $1 trillion a year. Now, you just take the Department of Defense spending, $6.23 billion. That is more than all the rest of the world combined. And Barack Obama wants to grow the military. During the Bush years, we have invaded 2 countries. We gave a silent wink and a nod for the destruction of a third, and now, in the waning days of his presidency, we're on the brink of another neocon war. A war without authorization from the people's representatives. Do you remember before the Iraq War, asked about the United States going to war, and Bush replied, I haven't made up my mind.
Oh, fuck you.
As though in America the people no longer decide.
Really?
Was there a new amendment made to our Constitution? Something about the decidifier? Who gets to decidify issues of life and death? War and peace? Prosperity or poverty? I think not. It is time then to say no more. The President consults on the QT with heads of foreign states about issues of war, American wars, but has he consulted you? This president, Seymour Hersh, tells us is spending $400 million right now to foment a new war with Iran. Did your congressman tell you about that in a newsletter? Did he mention it in the town hall? Maybe in the neighborhood, at the grocery store. Did you hear it from him in church? Of course you did not. It is time to say no more. No more. The permanent policy, power seekers in the halls of power and the halls of waste are in control, and they are like the household staff that is in mutiny. It is your household. It is your country. And it is your staff. They work for you. And they are in a state of mutiny. They are peeping toms, illegally spying on their masters. They are wasting the household wealth. They know no boundaries but run to and fro, alarming the neighbors. The downstairs servants are stealing the silverware. And the upstairs servants won't report it because they share in the plunder. It is time for the people to turn them out, not to replace them with more of the same. Send them all packing. The people must reclaim charge of their own affairs. We must take charge of things like our money and our medicine and our education. We must reclaim our liberty and our peace and our prosperity. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, that means no more foreign wars. That means no more central banks to finance those wars. No more central planners. No more bailouts and billions for the bankers. No more worthless, irredeemable paper money. No more foreign aid. No more foreign wars. No more telling the people how to live. No more lying to us about having looted our retirements and calling it trust funds. No more stealing oil, which is cheaper to buy in any event. No more indebting our children with trillions of dollars borrowed overseas. No more telling our elderly where they can and cannot buy their medicine. No more telling our elderly and people in pain what they can and cannot do to relieve their suffering. No more. No more. That's the lesson from all of their failures. It is no more. That is the message to take back home today, no more. Join me and spread this revolution, every city and state of America, in saying, no more. Every town and village of the land, we will shout no more. Every avenue, every street, every cul-de-sac of America, free people together in one voice, no more. And finally, a word to acknowledge our great debt and our gratitude to Ron Paul. For his long, hard fight all the years in Washington that he has been marginalized and ignored. For all the times that he was the lone voice and the lone vote, even while the leaders of the permanent party were laughing at the Constitution and calling it an anachronism. For not taking taxpayer-paid junkets. For not spending every office dime he could grab. For not helping himself to the congressional pension plan. For his uncommon respect for and knowledge of the Constitution. Of responsible economics that could have prevented the deluge that approaches us now and that could see us through it and back on the road to prosperity if only all the people had listened. Ron Paul, but most especially for his civility and his tirelessness and the inspiration that he has been to all of us here and millions of others who are with us in spirit, those who, like us, love liberty.